Yeah, there were definitely a lot of moments in making this record where we felt that having to just sit down and push through something that was difficult. If it was in some parts it was finding the right sounds to readdress or to bring something new to the song without going back to the kind of the older tricks or the things that we know or we're comfortable, that we know we could throw these two things in that we tend to do a lot and it'll accomplish the goal of what we're trying to get to. But we had to step out of that, go find something completely different, a new instrument, a new sound, and still kind of have to accomplish that goal with something really different. And on some of the songs, it was just like we'd go through week after week and just like 25 passes of different ideas, and everybody's saying, no, we haven't really nailed it yet. And at that point, it is really easy to say, I give up on that, let's just go work on another song. But there was definitely a batch of songs from the very beginning of working on this record that were really solid, and we all felt like these have to be on the record, and they're all missing a couple little things here and there. We got to find those missing pieces to fit in and complete the song, and we're just going to keep going until we get it.
I think that we thought that song is a really good introduction to the record. It embodies sonically many of the elements that we experimented with throughout the record. It doesn't sound like anything I've heard exactly. It's just a really unique sounding song, and I think we were confident just kind of letting that lead the way in terms of people's experience of this album.
We tend to let the label kind of look at the songs and pick what they think is going to be the best way to represent or come out and push for the record. And then once they, usually, I would say usually the first single kind of always feels like it's supposed to be the first, single. When whatever that song is throughout all of our albums, it usually comes down to one or two that are just like they just kind of say, I want to be first. It's like the really anxious kid who always throws his hands up first and wants to answer the questions. The songs react that way when you listen to them too. But because I would say if we were left to pick the songs, we would never agree on which song would be the first single in the first place.
Yeah.
Or in some cases, it's a good thing that we all communicate, because some songs may not have gotten enough backing to keep going. If it was just one or two guys writing the songs and everybody else just kind of came in and did what they were supposed to do, play what this person wrote. Since we all contribute, it kind of, some songs make it and they turn into really great songs.
We actually, when we write, we write in a way that we've been told is pretty unique. We capture everything in the computer, and sometimes we don't even play something twice. Like, the thing that you end up hearing on the album, worldwide, like however many copies there are out there, at the point when we finished the record, like, we may have only played it once in our lifetime. Like, we literally just jammed it out and played it, and we went, yeah, that's the thing, and put it in a song, and that's it. And then so when we go back to like actually get ready for our shows, we actually have to go back and learn our own stuff, because the process is very organic isn't the right word. It's like it just kind of like there's a lot of it flows out, and that's how we kind of write the song. We just capture everything and put our favorite stuff, the best stuff on the record, and so then we've got to retrace our steps at that point. And yeah, we are excited about playing the live shows because of that. Like, I kind of don't know. This album is so dense, it's got so much stuff in it, that it's going to be a fun challenge to figure out exactly how we're going to communicate that. But so far, I feel like we've done a decent job of bringing the songs to life on stage, and we hope to be able to do the same with this one.
Yeah, I think playing the new record live is definitely going to be a different experience for us and for the fans. I think that we really didn't think that much about the live show when making the record. We just kind of took down all barriers and preconceived notions of what our music should sound like, and just found whatever sounds and instruments we wanted to use and just used them. So now that we have this piece of work that we're really happy with, we now have to figure out how we're going to play it live. And I think it's a fun challenge for us, because we're going to probably have to carry a lot more gear and
more
more
stuff.
instruments and all of that, and learn how to play some stuff that we don't traditionally play. Me personally, I think I'm going to have to add a lot more to the drum kit electronically, and try and come. And there's songs that have drums that aren't even like traditional from a drum kit or electronic, and I'm going to have to like find out how to make all of that work, and that's going to be a challenge in itself for sure.
Yeah. I think it'd be kind of fun. This is the first record where I feel like it would be a disservice not to play the whole album from beginning to end, because I feel like that's the way that it wants to be presented to people, you know? It just feels so good for me, listening from the beginning to the end of the record, and just how everything flows together, and you know, all the different feelings and emotions and situations in the songs make this story happen. And so I'm excited to, you know, maybe for us to once want to really go out and play the entire album from beginning to end, and then I think if we choose to do that, it'll be fun also to see what we do with our older songs, and how to weave them in and out, which ones we choose work well with the new music, and how to make the entire show feel like it's part of that experience too. So that's exciting. It's exciting for me. The idea that we can actually build our live show to represent a more cohesive theatrical feeling from beginning to end would be really cool to see if we can pull it off, or how far we're going to go with it.